Okay, so paki-comment yan for your attendance. Comment your name. Okay, hurry up. Okay, so let us proceed. So the question for ano po is a very a condition very common among young children with excessive physical activity. Yan. Ito yung mga bata na masyadong malikot, mga masyadong magalaw, hindi makaupo sa isang lugar. They are, so ang pagtanong ganito, the answer here is ADHD. What is the meaning of ADHD? Attention deficit, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Okay, so yan po. Pag ang tanong po doon sa question is about it's ano po sa kilos ng mga bata. So that is ADHD. Okay. So next question is, if Johanna daw is said to be functional in her activity of daily living and is able to cope with academic requirements, but there are times she needs to hold the words in the book since she said the words are running around and she is a little less low in her current age group when it comes to her reading skills. She said to have. So, may problema siya sa pagbabasa. Yan. Kung ang bata daw ay may problema sa pagbabasa and may ano doon sa kanyang aklat is ano po ba ang kanyang problem. So if Johanna, ang sagot dyan tungkol kay Johanna, so pwede nyo matandaan to. Ang sagot about kay pag nabasa niyo si Johanna is, the problem is Johanna didn't know how what to give in a friend. So the correct answer there is wait lang. May ano, tungkol kay Gumag... Mm-mm.
kung paano mapasaya si Lucia. Tinuon natin kung tao nakakilala sa kanya. Ang nanay niya, Dr. Margaret, wala ba iba pwedeng makatulong sa kanya?
So if the child is with a problem with ano po, said to be functioning in her activity of daily living. So sa words niya, so mayroon siyang dyslexia. Okay? Kasi there is a problem in reading. Ano ba usually ang mga dyslexic? So for example, yung letter F nagiging P, yung letter V nagiging B or nagiging B yung V. Okay, so that is another, so pwede nyo itong balikan ang ating FB ay ang ating YT live today. So next, a professional who deals with the improvement of person's strengths and movement in the lower and upper limbs. Anong tawag sa taong nagaano ng kanyang upper and lower limbs? Ang keyword nyo po dito is upper and lower limb. Pag nabasa nyo to, yan, the correct answer here is that rehabilitate po. So that rehabilitate upper and lower limbs. Wait. Ang pagpipilian is yan, that is physical therapies. Okay. So the physical programs. Yun po, hanapin nyo. Hindi siya occupational therapist, kundi physical therapist. So, yung order ng exam, yung order ng exam natin na nire-review ngayon ay shuffled. Okay? Pagdating sa exam ninyo ay iba na. Okay. Next, those skills that allow the child to independently care for himself or herself are basic for maintaining life and deal with bodily function. Kapag narinig nyo ito, na kapag ang bata daw ay nagdi-deal pag-aalaga ng kanyang sarili, it is what we call self-care skills. Diba? May mga batang ganun na marunong na silang mag-care ng kanilang sarili. They are now aware of what to do. So that is self-care. Next, number, ay di ko sasabihin yung number. Baka matandaan nyo. Okay. So, yan po. Balikan ko yung sinasabi ko na appears to be overly sensitive to light. Kapag ang isang tao ay sensitive sa liwanag, hindi siya masyadong makapagbasa, ang kanyang problema ay visual problem. Okay. So, if a person is with a problem with problem with the light, that is a visual problem. Meron po siyang problema sa pagtingin. Okay. Next number is, pero ang sinasabi ko ngayon ay hindi ito yung pasunod-sunod ha. Rini-reshuffle ko para pag dating ng exam ay di nyo makuha kung alin bang number ang sinasabi ko. Sige. Define as anything given to assist or help a young child make a desired response. So kapag ang bata ay tinutulungan na makapagsagot, ang tawag dito ay prompts. Kasi prompts or response. Ang keyword dyan is prompts. So that is giving reasons. You are teaching the child to give reasons in your learning area. Okay, so next is um, it is defined as organized in sequence set of content to be taught. That is lesson plan. Okay. Nung Tuesday, na-discuss na natin ito na ano ba yung tawag sa patamang pasunod-sunod na ituturo ng teacher. So you are saying na this is lesson plan. Okay, very good. So next is the child is preoccupied with his or her senses and motor activities. Kapag ang bata ay occupied ng kanyang mga senses, the five senses, so that is sensory motor, okay, and intuitive thought period. Okay, dalawa ang sagot dito. So, pag nakita nyo, both A and B, yun na yun. Yan. So, kapag ang na-develop po ay motor skills and intuitive and ano po, motor activities, so that is intuitive thought period. Yung PowerPoint program is known as, so ano ba yung tawag dyan kapag ang PowerPoint program, uh, so kapag ang sa PowerPoint program naman is PowerPoint program, what is this is also called as the technical mind. Okay. Kasi it's more on the technicalities, more on the technical aspect. Okay. So next is means low blood supply in the brain. Kapag kapag mababa ang dugo sa utak, ano po ba yung tawag doon? Kapag bumababa ang ano, so that is what we call the hypoxia. Okay. So yung hypoxia is when there is not enough oxygen in the brain. So ang tendency ng hypoxia, bababa ang dugo. Okay. Then yung hypoxemia naman is low blood oxygen level. So related siya sa hypoxia. Since ang pagpipilian ay hypoxia, amnesia, yung amnesia naman, you are aware of that, kung what is an amnesia, diba? You are aware kung ano ang amnesia. Okay, next. Read back text from any program. Highlight text as spoken. Okay. So, kapag nagbabasa tayo ng text, highlight text as spoken, binibigyan natin diin ang ating sinasabi, binibigyan natin diin ang ating pagsasalita. So that is what we call a screen reader. Okay. Because you are, it is a technology that you are giving emphasis on the text. So you are an screen reader. Yan. Okay, next item, it is known as the deletion of the chromosomes 15 resulting to condition known as. Yan. Diba we have 36 chromosomes? Ay, 46 rather. 46 chromosomes, 23 chromosomes from from our mother, and 22 chromosomes from our father. So, kapag mababa ang chromosomes, ang sagot dyan ay brother Willie syndrome. Okay. Iba naman po yung Down syndrome. Yan. Iba naman po yung Down syndrome sa ang sagot dyan, ang tatandaan nyo ay yung 15 syndromes, ay 15 chromosomes. So that is Prader-Willi chromosomes or syndrome. Okay, next, the collection of the assessment of information should be ongoing process that facilitate collaboration. So anong tamang sagot dyan? Kapag ano daw po ang kapag yan, that is technology enabled the collection of the assessment information be ongoing process that facilitate collaboration. So that is multi-sectoral assessment. From the word itself, many, it consists of the different agencies. It consists of the different um, i- yeah, offices. So that is multi-sectoral assessment. Next, links written words to the spoken words, give students opportunity to practice reading same text. Okay, so nabigay ko to nung last meeting. So this is um this is po interactive book. Okay. So meron po nitong mga nabibili na mayroon ka ng pen na tinatawag natin talking pen na kapag linagay natin doon sa aklat, sinasabi niya na yung nababasa niya. Nabaan na niya yung binabasa niya. Okay. Links written word with the spoken words. It gives students opportunity to practice reading same text more. Okay, tapos na ito. It is the assessment procedure that respect the uniqueness of each child and the family system. So this is kapag daw nagre-respeto sa sistema ng bata, what do you call to that? Tatandaan natin ito na this is what we called dynamic assessment. Okay. So, hanapin nyo na yung dynamic assessment. So, what is a dynamic assessment there? Nandoon sa choices, multi-dynamic assessment. Because, iba-iba ang characteristics ng bawat tao. Iba-iba ang characteristics ng members of the family. So that's why iba-iba din po. Okay, next question is the short arm of the chromosome is known as. Yan. 'Di ba nung pinanganak tayo, pag kumpleto, ang 46 chromosomes, that is normal. Pag sobra po, yan, there is a deformities. So, what is the short arm of the chromosome called? That is P-arm. O, hahanapin nyo na the short arm is the P-arm and the long is Q-arm. Okay. So, P-arm ang sagot po dyan sa tanong na yan. Okay po? So, next. Children born with above average intelligence and highly receptive to any stimulus presented to them is known to be. So, natanong ko din ito nung Tuesday. Ang sagot po dito is gifted. Okay. So, ang bata ay gifted dahil lampas ang kanyang intellect sa inaasahan. Okay. Children born with above average intelligence and highly receptive, that is intellectual. Hindi po siya mentally challenged kasi yung mentally challenged, negative po yun. So, ang tagot po dyan ay intellectual. Okay. Next to that is Lori, it determines goals across all environmental domains. Yan. Kapag narinig nyo ang environmental domains, ang sagot po dyan is environmental domains. Yan, that is curriculum. Ang sagot dyan is curriculum. Di ba na-discuss natin ito na there is a modification of the curriculum in the special and inclusive education. So the correct answer here is curriculum development. Another question is, Loris is said to be born healthy without any unfavorable behavior seen during early stages of development. But she started to be showing some old behavior when turned 3 years old. She loves to spin all circle things she sees in the house. She wanted to eat same kind of food every mealtime and needs to use the same drinking glass she had learned to hold too. She smells the food before she places it in her mouth before she eat it. Thus, this manifestation of the behavior of Loris is said to be sign of that is hindi naman mental retardation. Mali po yun. Kasi pag mental retardation ay walang walang alam. Okay, hindi naman blindness kasi di niya man makikita. So that is autism. Okay? So, autism po ang sagot po dyan. Another one is an individual child's performance on a test comprehend two of other children of the same age group. Nasagot natin ito last meeting. Hanapin nyo, standardized test. Okay. So that is standardized test. Next, deliberate destruction of others' property, showing little empathy and concern for the feelings, wishes, and well-being of others. So from the word itself, that is behavioral disorder. Mayroon siyang problema sa kanyang pag-uugali. Kaya ang tawag doon ay behavioral disorder. Okay, so next is the ability to understand and comprehend both verbal and non-verbal information, that is receptive language. Receptive language. So, once na nag-exam po kayo, yung inyong sagot ay ipapaliwanag nyo kung bakit letter A, kung bakit letter B. So, that is, pag ang bata ay nakakaintindi ng verbal at non-verbal communication, that is receptive language. Okay, so next is a device used to promote body alignment, stabilize or increase motor functioning. So, anong tawag doon? Device daw siya na ginagamit para ayusin ang alignment ng katawan ng isang tao. So, that is stabilization technique. So, a device use is wait lang ha, bine-verify natin. Yung ginagamit siya sa orthotic. So, ang sagot dito is orthotic materials from the word ortho or bones. Diba? Okay. orthotic device. So that is what we call orthotic device. Next, it means that all students in high school, regardless of their strengths, okay, and weaknesses. So, meaning kapag lahat ang welcome, ang sagot po dito ay inclusive education. Okay, inclusive education po ang sagot doon. It is designed for children with special needs and aim primary in developing adaptive skills, and that is a special education. Okay. So, yan po ang magiging yung items. Ang items nyo po ay multiple choice. Madali po siya. Hindi po siya mahirap. Pero, ano po ang gagawin nyo ay i i-ano nyo po, ipapaliwanag kung bakit letter A or letter B or letter C or letter D ang inyong sagot. So, bakit ganito ang sagot? Bakit ganito ang sagot ninyo? Why letter A? Ipapaliwanag niyo po kung bakit. Okay ba? So, pwede kayong magtanong if you have questions. The distribution of your exam is next week. So, I'll message in the group chat your schedule. Yung rationalization nyo or your explanation to each item will be written in the yellow paper. So what are you going to bring is your yellow paper, which is the quiz that I gave you last Monday, and you are going to you are going to get the copy of your exam. Okay? So if you have queries, your questions, kindly comment your questions. Okay, the explanation is English. Okay, the explanation for each item is English. Okay, sino pa ang may tanong? Comment your questions. Sige, I'm going to answer your queries if you have questions. Ay wala pong time sa pagsagot since bibigyan kayo ng copy ng test and ibabalik niyo po sa scheduled date or time. Okay? Hindi po siya online. There is a hard copy of the test. You are going to get it in our school after I will announce on our in our GC the schedule when to get the copy of the examination. Okay, so that is for now. So we will meet the next week. Then, so thank you very much for joining our class today. See you po. See you next week.